We're back. Let's Your Podcast. Just me and Tom. This is a Tuesday day. Just two of us.
Just the two of us.
Just two of us. So
we got some funny ass stories today to go through.
So the world is crazy. I think we all could agree.
We accept that.
On that. So we got some funny stories. First things first, though, I was told of a story in the news today. Apparently, it's been suggested that perhaps, I don't know if this is biologically possible, that men should grow their breasts in order to breastfeed babies.
Imagine that.
I just don't know, is that even...
Jeez, imagine me grabbing Alfie's head and come here.
Get on his hairy nipple, son.
Do you think that's possible, though? Is that possible?
I'm going to type
like
that
medically?
in. Men to grow breasts to breastfeed.
Because in theory, if you have the right hormones... and you produce it, if you have the right medication and the right hormones, then I guess it's probably feasible.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Domperidone.
God.
Domperidone, which is often prescribed to women who struggle to breastfeed, stimulates the production of prolactin. Prolactin is the hormone that tells a woman's body to make breast milk. But a man's nipple generally needs more stimulation than a woman's, right? So I think there's a possibility by using certain drugs. I don't know, you have all the glands and all that to do that?
I guess so. What's that quote? I've got nipples, can you milk me? Imagine that.
So there's a hormone kit that lets men breastfeed.
Wow.
And it could be ready in as little as 5 years. The kit involves a man taking a cocktail of drugs throughout his partner's pregnancies so that he grows milk ducts in time for the birth. Although in early stages are not yet tested, designer Mary Claire Springham say its side effects will likely include men growing breasts up to a B cup.
What? That's mad.
I can't see why couples wouldn't use this.
Well, she's going to say that, isn't she?
The 24-year-old who studied product design at Central St. Martin's, London, it seems unusual, but women have been using hormones to change their bodies since they developed the birth control pill. Many women struggle to breastfeed. This is an empathy tool, so a male partner could help in a real, useful, supportive way. Right, let's stop the fucking madness. When my son was born... When my son was born, I helped basically milk his mother, right? So I had the pump on her breast, pumping away, so I could bottle the breast milk.
Was it an automatic one?
No, it was all manual. So then I could then pump the breast, put it in a bottle, and then let her sleep, and then I can help with the whole feeding, okay? Like, fuck am I going to grow a B-cup sized tit, right? That's going a bit above and beyond. That's like mutating my body in order to just help out. Like, let's just think about it logically now. There's helping out, and then there's like mutating yourself to help out.
And nowadays, James, the formula, like obviously we both had children. We bought the formula. Claire breastfed for a little bit, but then in the end, she couldn't do it.
So much improved now. Don't get me wrong, right? I think it's true. There's a lot of good properties in breast milk, obviously. Yeah. And I think if you can breastfeed your babies in the early stages.
What if you could?
Well, not me personally. I'd be flossing with my nipple hair fucking halfway through. But if you can help with your baby's early development and give them breast milk, then so be it. But there's ways a man could help without having to fucking grow tits. Next, be fucking growing a vagina in a womb to give fucking birth.
Well, they were saying when Alfie was born, the nurse said the first couple of weeks is the most important for him to have. So really, she said, as long as they have the first couple of weeks of breastfeeding, then...
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Caden had 2 weeks of breast milk, and he just couldn't latch.
Some kids don't.
He just couldn't latch, so therefore we went to formula, and he was fine. But
one day when Claire had been breastfeeding, Alfie was obviously still hungry, and I had him, and next thing he's bite my bleeding nipple.
Oh yeah, they go after that.
They go after it, and I think he confused because they confuse your nose with your nipple, don't they? When they can't see.
I just think it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
I mean, this whole
going to do that?
Obviously, there's trans rights and obviously coming through now the ranks, and that's all great and good and well and all the rest of it. But we're becoming also. I totally get a man or a woman transitioning, right? I get all that.
Yeah,
good luck to you. Crack on. But now we're getting to this weird territory of there is no gender. This total fluidity of gender.
And there's nothing.
It's scary because it's just different. It's scary because we are going to be, if we're not careful, a race of God knows what. Yeah,
you're quite right. There's nothing
breastfeeding men, dickless men.
Yeah.
Women with dicks, who don't breastfeed. I mean, are we going to know what we are? It's becoming too much of a fucking this crazy mess. And these stupid things coming out. Like we had a chat earlier, didn't we? And you made a good point that thankfully not everybody agrees with idiots like this.
Yeah, well,
a lot of people are opposed to it. Now, Tom's got probably more of a sensible head than what I have. I get more hysterical over it. Perhaps I am a snowflake. But I just see things happening, and I really worry about our future generations. But I think you have more faith in humanity. Perhaps.
No, I do. I think most people are going to look at this story and go, that's absolutely ridiculous. But there will be people, you guarantee, there will be people who'll do it. Definitely there will be. And I'm all for, like sometimes, right, it is harder for blokes to do stuff, isn't it? Like with children, because like Claire, she bonded with Alfie more than I did when he was born, because naturally she had 9 months off, so she had that time with him and stuff like that. So naturally, when it comes to feeding him, settling him, Alfie's naturally going to be. More settled.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but I don't. That's just nature.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That happens in most of the kingdom of animals and us. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, because the males tend to go off and get food.
The males hunt for food and supply the food and defend the family from danger, and the women. Stay home and look after the kids, quote unquote, which I know will probably piss off some feminists out there, but that's just nature.
That's the way it works, isn't it? The females bring up the children, not in every species of animals, obviously, but in most. But yeah, all right, Dave, what would it take for you, right, to start taking these hormones?
It's not happening.
Okay, but in an extreme case, what would it take?
Well, unless I knew my child's life depended on it, or I was going to be a billionaire and I could get my titties reduced.
But it's just a weird, absurd thing. But people will do it. You guarantee someone will do it. It's a matter of time.
Well, they're 5 years away from it.
God, because it's helping, and I agree. Men should help out just as much as women.
Yeah, but again, perfect example. I helped out. Okay, I had to milk my then partner, but I helped out and I took over some of the feeding. I done a hell of a lot actually with my son.
Yeah, you are full on dad.
Yeah, I'll muck in.
Yeah,
I have no issues with that whatsoever.
But you get some men, not a men,
but why would you?
But
why would you say to yourself, "Oh, I have to grow tits then, love"? How's you gonna work the next day? All right, Bob. Yeah. Oh, tits getting big. Yeah, I gotta help with the breastfeeding.
How
greedy's your kid? You got fucking 4 tits to fucking cling on to.
Well, they used to have wet nurses, didn't they?
That's right, yeah.
So they used to have people who do breastfeed for children, which is...
Because apparently you can, like your tits will adapt to how many kids you got. Like if you've got, quadruplets or whatever, you have giant fucking tits to feed them all. But you would, naturally have enough to go around. So you could wet nurse a whole fucking community probably.
James, I heard you.
I know.
You're lactating at the minute.
Exactly.
But nowadays, we've because it's quite amazing. Like if that is true and it does happen, it's quite amazing that we're at a position medically we can do that, which is mental.
We're really going into a murky territory here, I think,
But I just think with, like I said earlier, the milk being so good now, the formula, is there a need for that?
I think it's more of a... I think if this person was honest, it's more of a gender thing than it is actually a baby getting sufficient like milk.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a gender role thing. I think this is more of a political thing than it is actually to do with. Because there's nothing wrong with formula. There's a lot. Breast milk I think is far better, but there's nothing to suggest that formula, particularly nowadays, is bad for a child or kids who have had formula from day one.
Well, Alfie has, and he's perfectly healthy.
Yeah. So, but again, Caden had, I think he'd done 2-3 weeks of breastfeeding, but then he couldn't latch, and it was a bit of a nightmare, stressful for his mum.
Stressful for the mother.
Yeah, because she's like, I can't feed my child, but his head was just bouncing all over the fucking place. It was like headbutting a fucking balloon.
It's like
he just couldn't get on it. Like,
have you ever seen lambs trying to drink milk from a bottle?
Yeah.
They just go nuts.
Yeah, he was so hungry. He was so hangry. He just couldn't latch onto their nipple. So it just wasn't worth the stress anymore because he was hungry, she was stressed, I was stressed. So just get on the formula.
And of course, the child is probably more damaging for him to be stressed out. You all to be stressed out. Yeah. James, have you ever seen people who drink breast milk?
No.
Some people actually drink breast milk.
Oh, there's a woman, I don't know her name now. I think she's on Instagram. She got an obsession with her own titty milk. She drinks it all the time. She bottles it up. Just constantly like squirt her in.
And people eat the placenta, don't they?
Yeah.
Jesus. How hungry would you have to be, James?
I don't get that.
No, well, I don't get people.
That must just taste like probably like eating your own fingernails or something with it. Like I don't know, it just tastes like.
Well, it's more like your bloody watery sort of like. It's almost like
a veiny melon. Like eating a watery veiny melon.
Yeah.
But I don't fucking know.
The world's going mad.
This is a world's gone mad.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
I hope these things don't catch on.
James, so what about this naked bit? So right.
Yeah. So you got some stories. Let's go with the. Let's go with the next one.
So this was in the South Wales Online.
Okay.
Michael Jameson. Right, so the line got me. Naked businessman caught simulating sex act with BMW on the side of his busy road.
Fucking hell.
So a BMW driver bizarrely stopped his car in a lay-by, stripped naked and simulated a sex act close to the wheel.
Was this caught on camera?
No, some people were watching him. Imagine
nobody recorded it in this day and age.
I know. No, it was an elderly couple who saw it. Imagine sat there eating your baguette, Jim.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's enough people going past the phone to see some guy ramming a BMW.
Just imagine watching that, because you'd be like, what's he doing? What's he doing?
She's stripped naked inside fucking his own car.
Naked, started having sex in the car. He said the incident was witnessed by a husband and their wife who'd stopped by the lay-by near Hollywell. The 37-year-old admitted that in June the 16th he outraged public decency, then by getting out of the car, removing all his clothes. Jesus, that's a bit freaky.
Okay, right. Let's try and get in the mind of this guy.
Simulating a sex act.
So you're driving down the road. You're in your car, and then the car starts flirting with you, or there's a bit of vibration from the revving the engine, and it says, "Oh, you're having it." Oh, I can't stop myself. I'm gonna have to pull over. This is happening. And then, how do you simulate sex with the car? Do you fuck the exhaust pipe?
This is what I don't know. It said, this is what I couldn't figure out. Right. So it says he bizarrely stopped his car in the lay-by, stripped naked, and simulated sex close to the wheel. So what the hell does that mean?
Close to the wheel.
Close to the wheel.
Well, like in the gap between the wheel and the car.
It says close to the wheel, so not on the wheel. How bizarre! But the thing is, just imagine at that point he didn't give a shit, did he? Because he got out of his car naked.
Yeah, because clearly that's like mental illness. I know there's. Remember the once we done that. It was one podcast we did, and we talked about the woman who fancied the roller coaster, and she loved laying underneath it and licking the oil and shit like that.
But I'm just thinking about the poor people who were sat there having their freaking baguette or whatever they're having. Just imagine watching some guy stripped naked, and he was 36. 37, so he's relatively young.
He looks older than that.
He does, doesn't he?
So, here we go. A pub owner stripped naked and simulated sex with wheel of his BMW before laying face down on his bonnet in a bizarre series of events that landed him in court. Michael Jameson first tailed and bumped another car from behind before the naked escaped at the wheel of his German 330 series saloon in Holywell in North Wales. Magistrates and Mod were told. He admitted that on June 16th. Yeah, we read that bit. Let's get some fucking info.
It's an odd story. Imagine seeing that, James.
Mr. Blackmore said the other BMW approached slowly and began shunting Mr. Jones's vehicle with Mrs. Jones still inside. So he started ramming the car in front. Maybe that was the foreplay. When the police took him into custody, they took blood, but the test showed no controlled drugs in the defendant's blood.
God.
So he wasn't off his tits.
How strange.
He's claiming he had very little recollection of what happened.
You'd have to say that, wouldn't you? You
can't recall any aspect of the dangerous driving or spitting out or outraging public decency. He described it as a mental breakdown due to potential stress. Do you know? I think you may have a point there.
Yeah, that's
Come
not
on,
normal behaviour.
Like, let's say you are turned on by your car, right? Maybe have a cheeky wank in the lay-by, right? But to in such a grand fashion, just strip naked and start fucking the car wheel,
And
you know, with a mental breakdown.
Lay-bys aren't, unless it's like a wooded lay-by or something, they just pull off, they're just little bits of tarmac on the side of the road, didn't they?
Yeah, it's not exactly concealed.
So, yeah, it's not like...
Yeah, but if you're in the lay-by having a wank, I mean, you could look like you're reading a map or something. You know, like, oh, down there, is it? You know,
he's stripped completely naked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so if you were really horny and you fancy having a wank, then you would just have a wank in the car, like, and you could probably do it somewhat discreetly. But to strip naked and clearly outside of the car, start fucking the wheel.
Yeah.
How you fuck the wheel? I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I just...
This story has more questions than answers, doesn't it, Jay?
It's clearly a sign of mental breakdown. Maybe that's why we're all going, man, maybe we're all too fucking stressed.
Yeah. Maybe you just need to start having sex with cars.
I just think life is one big hamster wheel. We're all just fucked up. Yeah. We're all going crazy. We're all growing our tits, fucking our cars. We're all going fucking crazy.
Just imagine seeing that, though, Jay. You sat there having a freaking pasty.
How the fuck that's not on any
Yeah, I'm
YouTube?
surprised at that.
I have no idea.
Could you put something like that on YouTube, though?
Yeah, you could. There's all sorts on YouTube. Yeah. Well, look at that when we watched that woman drinking dog's piss in her. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Well, what else we got? This is funny. So, what would cause a bride to 3 minutes after being married to want a divorce? And what comment, or what type of comment would have justified that decision? Now, this is a story. A couple got divorced just 3 minutes after being declared husband and wife after the groom mocked the bride as they were leaving their wedding ceremony. Right? So after the legal proceedings ended, the couple turned to walk out of the courthouse, but the bride tripped over. According to the reports, the groom called her stupid for falling over. Q8 News claims the woman became extremely angry and demanded the judge end their marriage immediately. The judge agreed and served an annulment just 3 minutes after he originally married them. The couple, who live in Kuwait, never even left the courthouse as husband and wife. It is believed to be the shortest marriage in the country's history.
Now, that's hardly grounds for divorcing someone, is it? Like, if you fell over and someone called you stupid...
Yeah, I mean, how in love are you if your bride on a special day trips over? I mean, like, you're going to get married now, so...
If I called her stupid before, it might save me loads of money, James.
Well, let's say, like, you're there, it's your wedding day, Claire trips over.
And you probably would go, oh, that was stupid. You would
you say that to her, or would you go, oh, you're I love?
Well, yeah.
Would you go, Claire?
Yeah, she'd probably
Would
laugh
you call her
about it.
stupid, though?
No, I wouldn't. But I can imagine people go, "Oh, that was stupid." Not in a.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say. Would you say that?
No, I wouldn't.
Because if you tripped,
yeah,
you're not being stupid. You've had an accident. And it's very unfortunate on your big day.
Yeah.
You know, you go from looking like the beautiful bride to like some clambering drunk idiot.
Yeah.
So you'd have a lot of sympathy. If you loved that person, you cared about their feelings,
You're more likely to
particularly
laugh,
on their
yeah.
big day, well, you would you would see how she reacts, wouldn't you? Like if she looked devastated and distraught,
Yeah.
then you would be sympathetic
Yeah.
and pick her up and try and reassure her. If she falls over and laughs, then you would laugh as well.
Yeah,
But
of course.
clearly, these people don't know one another that
Yeah,
well.
or there was obviously issues before the wedding. Wasn't there?
Massive
Imagine
issues,
that.
yeah.
You
I mean, if you
wouldn't
said that,
believe
you
that.
cunt.
Yeah, if you were to say something really bad, then you can imagine like.
Or he starts going, "Ugh, what are you doing?"
Yeah, like if she broke her arm, freaking leg or something, and you're like, "Oh, that was stupid," and start having a go at her, then you can kind of understand.
But the shortest marriage in that country's history.
My mum, it was for Chris's wedding, right? My dad, he's a funny bloke at the best of times, but my mum was sat there, and someone spilt all gravy on her.
Oh, nice.
And my dad turned around and my mum goes, "It had to be you, didn't it? Of all the people in the room, and started having a go at my mum." I said, "Mum, that ain't Dad's fault. That isn't Mum's fault. She was just sat here."
Just sitting there getting gravy on you, and you know their ass having a go at you.
When I worked in the hotel, right, someone spilled gravy on the bride's dress. Yeah, she got up and freaking legged it. She was inconsolable, the girl. Started crying. I went to the toilet. She was crying. Then she got her stuff and left.
It's just so much pressure on a wedding day.
But it wasn't a lot of gravy, in fairness. Like,
But I think there's so much
Yeah.
hype about the dress and being the princess and all that kind of
it's so
stuff.
funny. Well, I haven't seen Claire's dress.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. But she's seen my my suit, hasn't she?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it? It's the whole thing about you not seeing the bride's dress.
Yeah.
Your suit is whatever, isn't it?
Well, I'm wearing a kilt.
Did it take you long to pick it?
No, I just went and I said I'm having that.
See, for men it's different. It's like, yeah, whatever. That'll do. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
it's true.
It fits. It looks alright and it fits. That's it.
Don't wedding dresses look the same to you, James?
Well, I've not seen a lot of wedding dresses, but
Yeah, but just
yeah. Well,
what
they're
you
all-
know of wedding dresses. Like,
yeah. Well, they are long and white and.
yeah, but they all kind of look the same. And like, I remember watching what's that program called? Don't Tell the Bride.
Yeah.
And I had it on. They're all the stupid idiots who go on there, by the way, aren't they? They're all morons. And
Yeah, but that's why they do it. They wouldn't put a couple on
Yeah,
there who would do well. Like they wouldn't put somebody on there who would like, yeah, I know my wife really well, and I could definitely say she'd hate that. And I'd definitely say she'd love that, and then she's happy on the wedding day. That doesn't make for good view. And they want to see a total
conflict,
prick of a bride and a moron of a partner who's like, I don't know what to get her. I'll just do a reception in fucking Burger King and whatever.
Well, I saw one, and a guy hired this massive venue, must have been about 5,000 square foot or something, and covered the floor with sand.
What was his logic in that?
Well, he wanted a beach party. I was like, well, why didn't you just go to a beach then? It would have saved him all the money, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
but again, this is it, isn't it? This is
Yeah,
how
just
to
go
waste
to
loads
a
of
beach
money
then.
and have the worst wedding.
There was one guy, Jason.
Because think about it, the whole setup is they want to see the wife's, the bride's disappointed face.
Yeah. Well, that's
If she
the
keeps
point.
walking in, this is beautiful. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Who wants to watch that?
But they
People
almost-
love misery.
Well, yeah, they do. But the interesting part is that they, however shit it is, they almost always love it. In fact, I don't think I've seen one where the brides were really annoyed. There was one guy went to Las Vegas, right, and he spent all the money on this stag do.
Oh no!
Like pretty much all the money, and then he was like, "Yeah, just so you know, all your family can't come. You'll have to pick who comes."
Oh fuck!
Yeah, imagine that, James.
Yeah, you're not going to be impressed with that.
Could you ever see yourself getting married, James?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? It's a hard one, though. We're in different. I might get into this on a podcast, but yeah, we're at different kind of points, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really bothered, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've never been conventional.
Yeah.
I don't do the usual fucking. Yeah, it's just
Because there's a lot of people now, they reckon more people living together without getting married, long-term relationships, than they get,
Getting married,
this is the
yeah.
most...
Yeah, well,
Can't make sense of what I'm going to say, but you know what I mean.
I just there's so much pressure,
Yeah.
so much money involved.
Oh, James, it's stupid.
And I just couldn't stomach it. I just couldn't. I'd be like, this is just a lot of money to spend on something for just last one day.
Well, me and Claire were going through the numbers the other day, right? And Claire said how much it was. I was like, Claire, that's wrong. I said, you've added that up wrong. Let me have a look at it. And I was pissed off because she was right.
Yeah.
And I was like, how's that right? It can never come to that much.
Yeah.
And then I was adding it up and I was going, and I was looking, going, oh, she's definitely had that wrong.
Yeah.
But she was right, you know, it's expensive, James.
It's like now Valentine's Day this week.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to mention
Valentine's Day this week, and fucking the amount of pressure to get a card, flowers, chocolates. You know, like if you're a decent partner, you show these things throughout the whole year. You don't need one particular day where we're all going to rush to the shop and last minute buy this, buy that.
Yeah.
You know, in all fairness to my parents, she said to me, I'm sick and tired of the Valentine's Day thing. I don't want to be. Don't make a fuss. Don't do this. But then sometimes I don't know if that's a test. Don't make a fuss of me.
Well, James, I got a perfect excuse this year because we're getting married. I go, Claire, hold your horses, love. We're getting married this year.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Well, no.
They still
we have a meal. We have a meal and we buy each other cards and we normally get like a little present or something, I guess. But one year we went up to this place in Llandaff, and it was an Italian.
All right.
Was it in Llandaff or near Llandaff? One of the two. Anyway, it was somewhere up that area, and we went for this this meal, and the people, right? No sooner it was a reduced menu. As we'd having our main course, literally as we finished, they put the other course on our plate.
Nice.
You know, so we had the starters.
No fucking around there then.
It's good and bad, but as we had our dessert, they handed us our dessert and the bill.
And then they'll say, do you want to fuck off?
Yeah, well, basically. So as we were having our starters, we finished our starters. Literally, they're taking away the starters with one hand, putting on the mains in the other hand, which is quite cool if you're hungry. But then with the desserts, was putting the dessert down, and with another hand, she was putting down the frigging bill as she was picking up the plates.
And as you're paying the bill, they're putting your coats on your back.
Yeah, they're like, oh, get it, because they have so many people, they're trying to get people in and out.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, I like the idea of quick service, but I don't like the idea of a quick exit.
And it was expensive.
It is quite nice to, once you finish your food, at least have a drink.
Yeah, but we never had that option.
You know, one drink after, then it all digest before you rush out the bloody... restaurant.
This is why we always do those meal deals in Marks and Spencer, James. They're always good. Get a film on. As I said, we went out one year. It was £100 for the meal, probably £100 plus. And to be honest, James, it was freaking. I felt cheated, and it's a lot of money. Like if you have a really nice meal, it's still a lot of money, but you don't mind then, do you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind spending a bit of money on food or a meal if I'm going to feel somewhat full.
Yeah.
And like I've had a good experience in a restaurant.
Yeah, like when you went to Celtic Manor, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was well worth the money.
Money well spent there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about food.
Yeah.
And eating. A Russian woman eaten by pigs.
Jesus.
So
what a horrible way to go as well, isn't it?
I mean, I'm a bit curious to read this story, to be honest. I mean, we are guilty of reading the headlines and then reading the story on the podcast, but that way we all get to know what's happening at the same time.
Yeah, but that's the best way to do it, James, because you're initially outraged.
So this woman's fallen into a sty. So a 56-year-old woman has been eaten by pigs after collapsing in their pen, Russian media report. After venturing out to feed animals in a village in the central Russian region of, I can't even pronounce that, Udmurtia, Udmurtia. The farmer reportedly fainted or suffered an epileptic seizure. Her husband later found the body. She reportedly died of blood loss. The farm is in a village in the Maloproginsky district of Udmurtia. What's that?
Sounded quite good the way you...
That's on it. He's in the city of Kazan. Local media say the husband had gone to bed early the day before as he was feeling unwell. After waking to find his wife missing, he came upon her body in the pen. Media reports say an investigation has been launched. Yeah, because if you just fall in they're not like piranhas, pigs, are they? They're hardly the most speediest of eaters.
Oh, I don't know. I think they are though, James. I think they can eat.
Yeah, no, they can. But if you tripped in a pen full of pigs, they're not going to pounce when you start chewing on you, are they? So I think, but if she's fainted and fallen in there, then they probably will start chewing on you.
Jesus.
I think that's what's happened.
God, imagine that, because you would still, although you're unconscious, you would wake up at some point, presumably, wouldn't you?
Possibly. You could be woken up and half of you's being eaten by pigs and there's blood everywhere.
Oh, God. Well, they did.
It's fucking horrific, isn't it?
There's reference in Snatch, isn't there, where about people
That's
used
right,
to feed bodies to pigs, and they used to do that, didn't they?
Yeah, because they'll eat
They
everything.
just, eat everything and just get rid of it then, don't they? And to be honest, if a body goes freaking missing, you're not going to go and think of checking the pig's belly.
Well, they've I mean, that would be the best way to get rid of a body. So, because they say, what was the quote when it's something about knowing a guy with pigs or something?
Yeah, don't trust a man with pigs.
Don't trust a man with pigs, yeah. No, she's clearly fallen in and fucking...
Yeah.
Or had some type of epileptic
Jesus,
fit.
what a horrible way to go. Imagine that'd be terrifying.
Well, there's stories, I mean, the guy in India fell in this tiger, like this zoo, and it's full of tigers, and there's a video of him being dragged off by his neck by this giant-ass fucking tiger.
But they're massive. When I was in Florida, right, we went to this place, what's it called? Animal Kingdom. And until you're up against these animals, you don't realise how freaking massive they are.
I don't want to be up there, man.
And there was a gorilla, James, and oh my God, he must have been...
Oh, they're scary as fuck.
Huge.
Bristol Zoo I went to a few years back, and he was there and was looking. I thought, this just feels wrong and intimidating
you wouldn't
and
have
horrible.
a chance in the wild. If you fell in an animal enclosure... Well, funny enough, there was a girl in China yesterday, wasn't it? A girl in China, she fell into a panda bear enclosure, and obviously all bears look nice and cute and stuff. But the thing is, James, they're still wild animals.
What was the one with?
They're still wild animals, and even elephants and stuff. You know, they can be aggressive.
There was a story of a child. Where is it? Offbeat. Here we go. So, a 3-year-old boy lost in the woods is claiming to have hung out with a bear for 2 days. So, Casey Hathaway was found by professional search and rescue teams near Caton in North Carolina on Thursday. The county sheriff's office said they responded to a tip that the youngster was here calling for his mother. Casey was found entangled in thorny shrubs about half a mile from where he went missing. In a Facebook post that appears to have since been deleted, his aunt, Brianna Hathaway, said that Casey was smiling and talking after he was found. She added, he said he hung out with a bear for 2 days. God sent him a friend to keep him safe. That makes no fucking sense.
No, it does. God sent him a friend to keep him safe.
No, it says God sent him a friend to keep him safe.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So God is a good God. Miracles do happen.
Do you reckon there's a kid just exaggerating?
He could be tripping balls, like eating fucking berries.
You know what kids are like.
Northern Carolina State is home to black bears that grow up to 6 foot tall when stood on their hind legs. They have a omnivorous diet which includes fruits, berries, and small mammals. The wild bears are not known to befriend humans. This is all boring. He's in a good nick when they found him. He's up and talking. He's already asked to watch Netflix. So, okay, fair enough.
Ask kids for you, innit? I want to watch Netflix.
Oh, what a vague fucking story.
Do you reckon that's a load of bollocks?
Case for to return when the other children... Grandmas were put inside the house while the youngsters and two other child played outside. Yeah, well, there's no proof that he did hang around with the fucking bear.
Yeah,
so that was misleading.
I could say a freaking hang around with bears.
Yeah, I dealt with a bear. I mean, I've seen videos of like I think it was a child who fell into a silverback gorilla enclosure, and they actually looked after him because he's a tiny baby. So. It's possible. I mean, because the 3-year-old would be non-threatening. Yeah. You just worry that if the child's screaming, it doesn't freak out the bear, and the bear's like, fuck this, just rips it to pieces.
But did you see it? It was quite bad, because didn't they... was that the one after they shot the...
They killed it, didn't they?
I don't think they tranquilised it, didn't they?
Did they?
I think they tranquilised it.
And then it died.
No, I don't think it died.
Didn't it?
No. I think they tranquilised... They looked after him, didn't they?
Yeah.
If it's the same story, I might got this completely wrong, but I think the baby fell in and they looked after it and everyone was scared that they were going to kill it. So they had to shoot it to tranquilise it so they can get in there and get the little girl out.
Yeah.
But then you think, oh, the poor, like, obviously it doesn't understand what's going on.
Unfortunately, yeah, you just can't risk
Yeah, you can't take that risk.
a misunderstanding, and then the gorilla, even if it's trying to defend the baby, ends up crushing it or throwing it or whatever.
But you do think that's kind of freaking up, isn't it?
How does a baby get stuck in a gorilla? I'm not being funny.
Fell, didn't it? Yeah, it fell.
Yeah, I mean, if there was gorillas there and my child's there, I'm fucking clinging on to it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm fucking, like you do on Alfie, because the bars and all that, you know, well, they are wide apart. You do on Alfie wandering over and falling. Oh my God, it's just too much stress.
No, it is. And you think, like, especially, like, you know what kids are like. Alfie, he jumped down the bloody stairs if he could.
Oh, they're
He sees no
fuckers.
danger or anything. Do you know the other day, right? He's funny, though. He loves jumping at the minute. Did your son go for a jumping stage?
Yeah, they all do. They're mad.
He'll jump off anything, James.
Yeah.
He would literally jump off a roof.
Yeah.
Like, if he would just jump, he wouldn't think about it. And me and Claire were sat there the other day. It was quite funny. And what we done, well, it wasn't funny, but it was funny to see it. So he was on the sofa. We put all the cushions on the floor, and he jumps on them, and he loves it. Anyway, me and Claire were talking. We were sat on the floor we were putting together. That was it. It was Boxing Day. Putting together his little car garage. He loves car garages. Putting together a car garage. Sat there. The next thing, he's climbed up on the sofa in about a second. Just jumped and landed on his ass on the floor. Because normally we have the cushions there, but it was the funniest thing to have a look over my shoulder. I caught him mid-air. He just landed on his ass on the floor and starts crying then.
It's that sense of danger, isn't it?
But they don't. He fell over and banged.
This is that lack of sense of danger, but they just love it. They love it.
But you would knowing that and what children are like.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, there was a story of a family on the coast somewhere, and it was really bad weather, and the sea was right up to the coast. There was big waves and stuff like that. And they're walking along with their kids, and one of their toddlers was way in front. Of course, the water comes up, drags the kid out to sea, gone forever.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, just where's the common sense?
I mean, I know it's easy. Well, it's easy. It's not like it's easy for me to say I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't fucking do it. I'd be on this because there's like the coastal wall, and there's a road and there's shops. I'd be by the fucking shops.
Don't take no risk with your kids.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
There are people who do the most ridiculous things. You see these people going on these mental gorge walks with their kids and stuff. You think they're dangerous enough for anyone?
Oh, some parents.
I would not take out.
I tell you what, talking about fucked up parents, right? And just stupid. There's this really cool, quite dark documentary on Netflix. Let me just find the title.
I like my documentaries.
With the most fucked up story ever.
Go on.
And it's to do with the core of the documentary is to do with this guy who has a fascination with this 12-year-old girl.
All right.
If I can find, it's called Abducted in Plain Sight.
Oh, I think I strolled across that. Went through that. I was looking for a documentary to watch the other day.
Now, this is a story about this is set in America in the 60s, I think it was. And there's a family. There's a mother and a father with, I think, they got 3 girls, and the one girl's called Jan, and she's about 12 at the time. Right. And they befriend this other family who live next door, proper like suburban family lifestyle. And the father of the other family, I think his name was Bob. He becomes infatuated with this 12-year-old girl. But the most fucked up thing about it is all the warning signs are there, and how he actually, because I don't want to ruin it for you because it's fucked up, but it's interesting. But then it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, the dad ends up getting embroiled in some sexual relations with this guy. So does the mum.
What? Wait there, so the dad and the mum?
The dad, he manages to convince, this is how much of a predator he is, he manages to break down the whole family unit by going out to somewhere with the dad and saying to the dad, look, my wife's not giving me any action, I'm really horny. And the dad's like, I could see that he was, and the dad looks gay and he sounds gay, and I think the guy was gay, he's very effeminate.
So he picked picked up on that.
So
didn't he,
he's
this guy?
like, and he's like, so I could see that he was aroused, so I helped relieve him.
No
I was like,
way.
so you wanked him off, and he's been fucking grueling after your 12-year-old girl, but you went up, so you just wanked him off. And then the mum's like, yeah, so he'd say to me, I'll drop by my works, and, you know, I'm hungry, send me a sandwich. So I go to his work, and I bring him a sandwich. This is to a guy who's like grooming his fucking child and they're aware of it.
They were aware
But
of it?
yeah, well, they were like, oh, well, he did ask if he could stay with Jan on some nights because he had his something to do with his shrink. Something happened in his past, and his shrink said, it'd be good for you to kind of be in like calming situations or some bullshit like that. So he was like, oh, can I stay with your daughter Jan, who's fucking 12? Then he ends up kidnapping the daughter a few times, and he plants this thing in the daughter's head about aliens are going to kill your parents, and if you don't have a baby with this guy called Bob, and if you don't decide to have a baby with this Bob, then Bob's going to have sex with your younger sister. What? So he's sending in these weird tape recordings of these aliens. It's fucked up.
I ain't going to watch it.
It's the most bizarre...
What a strange film.
Abducted in Plain Sight. It's the most ridiculous story ever.
But it's so ridiculous, it's probably true.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true because they're all there saying it. So he's got a fair play him. He's got a dad to wank him off. He's fucked him, and he's kidnapped the fucking kid 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
So I don't think he's some serial genius, fucking maniacal pedo. I think he's just managed to find himself a really very gullible fucking family.
Yeah.
But if you got Netflix, watch it.
Yeah, no,
I spent the whole time going, what?
Yeah,
what? And then you let him do what?
Yeah.
And there's all sound recordings and stuff like that, actual sound recordings and stuff like that.
Don't you find the fact is so much more amazing than fiction? Because, like, with a film like this is why I love documentary, because with a film like Harry Potter, you watch it and you go, oh, I've never seen Harry Potter, by the way. But you watch it and you go, oh, that was pretty cool. But you realise, watching it, and you realise that was fictional, it didn't really happen.
Yeah.
Some people think it probably was. If you do think Harry Potter is real, by the way, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you need to get off the drugs.
So, yeah. But when you watch something like that, I think that was an amazing film in itself, but the fact that was real and actually happened in the real world, you just think it's so much more incredible, isn't it?
It's so fucked up. But watch it, you'll be very frustrated with the parents on that.
Well, there was a film I was looking into that looked really interesting about a guy, and it's called... I'll have to have a look. Quickly have a look. But it was the most incredible, ridiculous
story. Was it a film or a documentary?
It was a documentary, but it looked so ridiculous. It was like the Saw film.
All right.
It's a documentary about... Let me have a quick look. Oh, funny enough, Abducted in Plain Sight has just come up. How strange.
That is weird.
Look,
what was that on?
Look on Netflix. Look. The first thing I've come on. Look. How strange. I swear these... Look.
They are listening, Tom.
Look at that. The first one. How strange.
They're listening.
But binge movies, documentaries. Oh God.
Yeah, because some things are stranger than fiction, like, you know.
And that makes it more
there's some real life documentaries out there, and about obviously real situations. And you think, fuck, that actually could happen. I just like to think that these terrible things that happen, some of the blame is on the victim because they've been fucking idiots, like this family. Jesus.
Yeah. Like if some person wanted to spend time with Alfie, you'd be like, well, obviously not.
I don't mean funny, right? If some guy, infiltrates my family and he's managed to get me to wank him off, and then he's fucked my wife, and then he's fucked my kids, I mean, like, I'm failing somewhere there.
Yeah. Oh, it's called Evil Genius.
All right.
And there's a guy, and from the very little I saw, this guy tries to gets another guy to rob a bank, but he puts a thing around his neck and says,
"Oh, the pizza delivery guy."
Yeah.
And
that looks looks so ridiculous.
Have you seen the video where his head blows off?
His head actually comes off, does it?
Yeah, they kill him.
There's no point watching now, dude.
Sorry.
No, I
Yeah, but it's the whole story of how they get him to do it. Yeah, it's very manipulative.
But it just looks like a Saw film, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he's got it.
I'm gonna have to do something I've never done before. I'm gonna need a pee.
Well, we'll wrap it up now anyway.
Right.
But yeah, no, that's another good one to watch actually as well. So
Genius.
Evil Genius and Abducted in Plain Sight. Check it out on Netflix.
So in short,
Netflix, come support us.
Don't have sex with your Don't have sex with your car.
Don't let a pedo wank you off, fuck your wife and fuck your kids. That's never a good idea.
Don't have sex with your car.
And don't be tricked into robbing a bank if you're a pizza delivery guy because you'll end up getting your head blown off.
Don't have sex with cars.
Don't have
Avoid
sex with
pigs.
cars. Stop being fucked up, people. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
This world is fucked up. Anyway, that's been us. We're done. That's our podcast, yahoo.com.
YouTube.
Email, YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook page. Come say hello. Get in touch.